The DS3 may have had Citroen erased from its birth certificate last year, but it wasn't until earlier this year that that transition was officially complete, and that has come in the form of some new engines, some new interior tweaks, and as you'll no doubt notice, Citroen's trademark chevron grille has now vanished in place of this DS wings design, as you can see on the DS4 and DS5. But let's not forget what the DS3 is all about. It's supposed to offer a sportier, more luxurious alternative to usual supermini suspects like the Ford Fiesta and indeed the Peugeot 208. So does it? Now, although it may not be immediately obvious, there's actually 20 less buttons up front, which gives it a cleaner looking design, but you still get the stylish, glossy plastics, and the overall build quality is really good. Kit is one of its strong points as well, as every model gets Bluetooth, aircon, cruise control and even rear parking sensors, and all of those features are housed within this 7-inch colour touchscreen, which is also standard. Now there are two other trims to choose from, Elegance and Prestige, as well as a load of optional kits, so the likes of leather seats, xenon headlights and sat-nav are all well within reach. Now although build quality up front really good, the DS3 still retains some of its slightly frustrating attributes, like its hardly useful glove box, its strangely positioned menu and volume buttons, and there's still no cup holders. I mean, the closest thing you've got is this sort of shelf-like feature on the door, but I wouldn't really recommend it. I don't think your thighs would thank you with a hot beverage on your legs over a speed bump. And although these seats look comfortable, they are quite comfortable on short journeys, but go on the motorway for a few hours and you start to get a bit of a numb bum. To obtain coupe-like appeal and maximise style, as you can see, it's still got this shark fin design here. The DS3 is only available in a 3-door, and that means that you've got to climb through to the back. Now, for a 3-door, legroom and headroom is adequate back here. I mean, the only slight niggle being the roof being slightly intrusive at the side, and this will just about sit 3, which is definitely a good point because the Fiat 500 only seats 2 in the back. The DS3's also got a bigger boot than the Fiat 500 at 285 litres, and you can also fold these seats down to maximise storage space, but as this is a very style-driven car, don't expect to fit much in the boot, except for maybe a few shopping bags. Two 1.6 litre diesels are offered as before, but there are now 5 petrols to choose from, with the headline grabber being this 3-cylinder turbocharged 1.2 litre PureTech 130, which was recently added to the Peugeot 208. Now thankfully, 3-cylinder turbos have progressed nicely through their teething phase, and this PureTech 130 with 128 brake horsepower and a rather healthy 214 Newton meters of torque is a great example of this. I mean, it's brilliant. It loves to rev, there's very little turbo lag, and it gets from 0 to 62 in under 9 seconds. And driving around town, we'd be getting an average of around 40 to 45 miles per gallon. On a long 500-mile motorway trip, which took under 1 tank of fuel, by the way, we got an average of around 56 miles per gallon. And for me, this is hands down the best all-rounder this car has to offer. Go for the 6-speed manual on the DS3 and then you'll have no choice if you go for this PureTech 130, and it is smooth enough through the gears. It'll happily rifle through if you so wish, but a slightly shorter throw would be nice. The steering in the DS3 is quite flexible. I mean, drive around town, it's nice and light, but pick up the speed and it gets a bit weightier. But to be honest, if you really want to get the most out of the DS3's sporty character, then you'll have to cane it on a country road, but for some that actually adds to the charm of it a bit. The steering does feel slightly vague off-centre though, so if you're after all-round finesse, then the mini hatch has got the edge. Refinement-wise, the DS3 suspension is slightly on the firm side, but it's certainly more composed than its DS4 and DS5 siblings, plus its slightly stiffer setup actually adds to its chuckability in the bends. What I will say though is go for the smaller wheels, as the ride can feel a little unsettled if you go for the bigger ones, especially over bumps. Compared to something like the Ford Fiesta, the DS3 is quite pricey at $13,995, but when compared to the likes of the Fiat 500 or mini hatch, it is appropriately priced. But as with any chic car, make sure you don't get too carried away with the options list. So the DS3 is getting better and better, and sure, it may not have the go-kart-like feel of the Mini hatch or as many style-conscious fans as the Fiat 500, but what it does have is plenty of style, plenty of engines, and loads of kit, and it's by far the best DS model on sale. Simple as, really. What do you think of the DS3? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the inquire button to find out more details about this car, or for any other models, visit carkeys.co.uk. And to watch more reviews, click one of the links on screen now.